Hello, welcome back to Rimworld Tribal to Noble. So towards the end of the last episode, we got a quest come through. Supplies for Blue Canyon. Nearby settlement, Blue Canyon has a special trade request. They'd like to purchase 11 pump shotguns of normal quality. If you want to make the trade, send a caravan with requested items. Travel time's 3.9 days. Expires in 3.8 days. The rewards are... We've got a few options. Berserk Pulse, which I'd really like. Skip, which we already have, but, you know, doesn't really matter. Masterwork Charge Rifle, that's worthwhile. Bit of gold, meh. Stoneskin Gland Eltex Robe, Eltex Vest, Plasteel, that's also pretty good. Or Goodwill, because we are currently Nation of Biara. Yeah, we're barely neutral with them. So, I'd like to take this, but I don't think we're going to have time. 11 pump shotguns. A pump shotgun requires... Where are we? Pump shotgun. 60 steel and 3 components. Now, we only actually have 5 components. We're extremely low. There's almost none left on the map. There's one little chunk we could mine here. We can make them now because we do have a fab bench, but I don't think we can manufacture the components and the pump shotguns in time to take that quest. I don't know whether it gives us more time if we do accept it. Let's accept it. How long do we have? 14 days. Okay, well, we'll give it our best try. So we're going to have to construct some components. We need a lot. Let's just set this to make 20. Anybody can make them. Maybe we should put someone on it who's reasonably fast. Say 9+. And if we got Paul assigned to crafting, we do. Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. We're going to need a lot more steel. Let's check our roof situation over here. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of bits we can mine, but if we go into this, we'll have to block it up. There's a bunch down here. Okay, anything else? Get rid of that. There's a load here. Let's grab all of that. And there's some there. Okay, well that should keep everybody busy for a while. How are we doing for food? Not too bad. Speed up a bit. Okay, and malaria is dealt with. Caravan arrived, animal disease, raid. Asvi does have an infection, but I think he's okay. He's got to major, but he's at 62%. Yeah, I think he'll pull through no problem. Now, we still have tattered apparel on Gizmo. What's your gear situation? You're still waiting for a flak vest. Well, Wally's almost finished with it. Okay, I think that's dealt with. We're getting pretty close to having a bionic research done. We're going to need more advanced components. There's not a lot we can do about that at the moment. We can't construct them. We're going to need probably those two to build a bionic spine for Osama, and that's going to leave us with none. Now then, I'm also going to queue up a bunch of various stone. So let's get, say, we'll move sandstone up to the top. We'll get a bunch of sandstone. We'll get a bunch of slate. That's a bit more sandstone than that. A lot of crafting going on today. But we need to make some sculptures. We need to generate money. We're down to 169 silver now. After having bought all the weapons we could find. We definitely need to generate some more cash. Sculptures are a good way of doing that. If there's anything else nearby we can mine out. We still have these to deal with. We'll get round to them at some point. Lots of steel around. Okay, I think we've basically grabbed everything that's sort of worthwhile. Okay, we have a manhunter pack. Manhunting Ibexes. The mechanics of this have changed slightly in the last patch. They now carry a disease, which explains why they're manhunting, called Scaria. They'll roam the region hunting. They won't attack. Well, that's the same. Scaria also means that there's a chance that they'll rot immediately when killed. So you can't rely on them as a free source of meat now. You'll probably get some from it. But yeah, it's not going to give you like a mountain of meat anymore. Now, how many of them are there? And where are they? Oh, that's a lot of Ibex. Okay. That is 36 man-hunting Ibex. Okay, we need to get our animals into the danger zone. Everybody needs to get up and get here. And this has happened right as we have a solar flare, meaning our turrets are down. Yes, this could get a little hairy. Let's get everybody into some usable position. Oh, the noises from manhunting groups are always amusing. Yeah, see, some of them are rotting immediately. Not all of them. I think we should be okay here. They're coming through reasonably slow. So many of them. Okay, the turrets are back up. That's helping us out. Oh, one finally made it to us. Okay, well, I am fairly happy with that. We came out of that with only case of taking injury, and it's a couple of bruises and a crack. Excellent. Okay, well, let's take all the ones which are huntable and hunt them. Some of these are good as meat, others will have to be hauled off. So, hauling animals. Going to use up a lot of our steel supply. Okay, the solar flare's over. The eclipse is still going. Infection. How are you doing, Asvi? You've developed immunity. Okay, well, as soon as these guys are up, we're going to let them go, I think. Let's just check their bio one more time. So, careful shooter, depressive, jealous. We don't want you. We're definitely letting you go. Jealous is a absolute pain. He's never going to be happy because it's just not possible to keep a jealous person happy. And his stats aren't that good anyway. And depressive, so he'll have multiple debuffs against him. Optimist and kind. They're nice traits. Good shot. Could be a good constructor, but it's going to take a while. Backup doctor, potentially. I mean, you're not terrible. Still young. Very good shot for the age. We could potentially recruit you. Trigger happy, gourmand, kind. Pretty good. Gourmand's has its pros and cons. If they're a good cook, it's a good thing. But they also eat a lot more. Good shot. Very good melee. Cook animals. You're not terrible. What's our male to female ratio at the moment? Three, 1, 4, 5, 6. 6 to 4 females to male. So if we're going to recruit anybody, we'd want them to be a male. Out of these two, let's check their health. Do they have anything serious? You have 80% efficiency in your leg. I mean, that's fixable. You have nothing permanent. Your recruit chance isn't too bad. Out of the two of you, who would I want? Well, Donkey can craft and mine. And medic. You can cook, and that's about all. So out of them, I think we'd take Donkey. Let's consider that. We're going to have to expand our dumping stockpile here. We have a lot of rotten animal corpses. Zoot. A deep drill took a little bit of a battering, but it's still up and running. I'm going to maybe deconstruct this bench. I want to build a bunch of shelves. We still definitely need to rejig this room. I'm not happy with the layout. Now, what we could potentially do is these benches are helping a little bit. We can move this across. This doesn't require any shelving, and this doesn't either. People are too busy doing other things at the moment. We can move that over. We'd like some some shelves around the machining table, and around this, and probably around here. You are not getting the benefit of this. Yeah, so we're probably going to need another one of these, I think. It's okay for now. How are we doing for stone? Got a lot of sandstone. Let's make some sandstone shelving. Now, the first place I want some is let's put a couple here for weapons. And we're probably going to want one there. And let's put one there. And we'll put one there. I'm going to consider this room and rearrange it, I think, off camera. We can get a much better layout than this. Some shelving down the centre, I think, with the table. This probably needs repositioning. The tool cabinets can be repositioned. We can get this running much more efficiently. I won't do it now because I need to think about it and it won't be very interesting to watch. Okay, so we can release Hyena. And we can release Asvi. Enemy now neutral. Okay. Have a look. Alliance of Bega. Yeah, we've just gone +1 with them. That's the Fierce tribe. Okay, that's pretty good. And we have Bionic replacements. Excellent. That's quite the milestone. Now then, what do we want next? There's a couple of little things I'd like to get. I'd like to get Devil Strand. I'd like to get Cocoa. But I'd also like to get we're going to need to get advanced fabrication so we can make advanced components. We don't really need that. Recon armor would be fantastic, but it's such a long research. Because we had a tribal start. It takes much longer for us to research these highly advanced things. So, I mean, beer brewing. I think maybe we should just get some of these more simple things and work our way up. Medicine production, again, is something we'd quite like. We should probably consider upgrading our turrets. So, let's go for the quick things first. Let's get beer brewing, then we'll get Devil Strand, then we'll get Cocoa. We can now build now build bionics, which means we can now make a bionic spine. Now that requires 4 advanced components, which we don't have. We only have 2. We're going to have to buy them. We have the plasteel, I think. So as soon as we get a trade, we'll buy some advanced components. We'll sort out Osamu and we'll get him on his way. That's first priority. We also, the only real bionic we need is for Komodo, who is... She has a prosthetic leg. We get her a bionic, she'll be back up above 100%, which is well worthwhile. Okay, now these shelves, let's clear everything. It is going to be for weapons, but it's going to be for... We want one for crazy weapons, which currently we only have a triple rocket launcher, but I want it somewhere we can get to quickly. So I think that's fine. And then I think we are going to want, let's say, charge rifles, assault rifles, pump shotguns, miniguns, charge lances, and sniper rifles. We're going to need a couple more of these shelves, I think. Let's build a copy. And we should maybe make this for... Let's see if good works. I don't know how many of these things we have that are considered good. I think all of our, even our charge rifle isn't good. Let's put it down to normal. Sniper rifles, we've got quite a lot of those. Psychic shock lance. Alright, let's maybe not include sniper rifles. So not sniper rifles, but we'll add... Where's the shock lances and things? They are artifacts. Artifacts. Shock lance, insanity lance, animal pulsar. We'll add those. And we'll copy those settings into that one. Now these, we don't want these to be for weapons at all. So here we want steel, I think. Steel and components. So we'll add raw resources, steel on that one, and then in this one we'll add components. Manufactured component. And then here, well, let's say this was for the machine bench. What do we mostly need here? So this is things like steel and components as well. Let's make that steel and components. We'll see how that works out. We might just end up with shelves stocked with steel, but I copied the wrong settings there. The reason I quite like having pump shotguns here is because we don't tend to carry them on any of our units. So if we suddenly had a raid land on top of us, it'd be nice to be able to immediately grab pump shotguns for defense. So I think it's worth having those here. I'm also tempted to move this door down one so I can maybe get one more shelf in here. Okay, we have a quest. One lonely prisoner. Zagra Theoros, a countess of the refugee imperium, is caught in bed with the wrong person again. She has imprisoned the inappropriate lover in a show of rejection. Now she wants you to keep the prisoner, Yolanda Robbins, caged until the scandal blows over in 8 days. Robbins is sick with blood rot and requires daily treatment. The disease can be slowed with high quality care and medicine, but it cannot be cured outright. If the disease becomes severe, Robbins will die, so make sure you have the necessary medical supplies. Okay. Robbins recently violated an ancient supercomputer terminal has been targeted by an orbiting mechanoid swarm. Just to make things worse, 2 mech clusters of 2 times size will deploy nearby. Now that's substantial. And for that we can get quite a lot of uranium, a minigun, shield belt, masterwork shield belt, legendary minigun. Wow. An L-Tex shirt, masterwork, persona plasma sword. That's fantastic. And a lot of plasteel. Well, isn't that tempting? This is quite hard. There's two times size mech clusters. That on its own is a challenge. We're also probably going to go through quite a lot of medicine, although it is only for 8 days. I'm very tempted to take this. It's going to be very challenging, and if these clusters have if they have mortars, it will be a really bad time. We have 5.8 days to consider it, but I think there's a good chance we're going to take that. But not right now. I'd like to put our resources into building components and things right now. We currently only have 9. We need 33 for the other mission. How long do we have left on that? Active supplies, 11 days. We're going to have to start making the shotguns. Depends how quickly these are getting built. We could put Gizmo onto crafting priority. Yeah. I mean, he kind of is anyway. He's been wardening a bit, I suppose. Paul is a 9. Okay, Wally, Komodo. Let's put Wally down to a 2. And we have an Ambrosia Sprout, another one. That's a pretty big one as well. Okay. So, usual. Big G. Don't allow sewing. And we've missed a bit. I think that's all of it. We have beer brewing. That was quick. Okay, let's go straight on to Devil Strand. Beer brewing's a pretty cool thing. It's probably worth doing. Although having said that, the last time I brewed a load of beer, it was all going great until I ran out of food for the animals and they all started drinking my beer, and I had cats and donkeys puking up all over my base, and they all ended up with cirrhosis of the liver. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Okay, donkey, let's have a look at you. You, your difficulty's pretty high, actually. And currently, we don't have spare bedroom. But we'll leave you on reduced resistance. You've still got quite a long way to go. And I think we might as well leave it there for this episode. So hopefully we'll be able to generate enough components in time to produce 11 pump shotguns. I think that's probably doable. We seem to be making a few a day. It might be a bit close. Although we do actually own some pump shotguns. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a pump shotgun bill, and we'll, let's say, add 6, and anybody 9 or above can work on it. I think that will be fine. Hopefully we can get that done in time. We'll be able to drop pod to them, so the travel time won't be an issue. So it's literally, can we make 11 pump shotguns in 11 days? I think we probably can. Hopefully. Maybe. And we'll also consider taking on this Lonely Prisoner quest. I'm not sure which reward we'd go for. I think probably this one. The Eltex shirt could be good for Komodo. The Persona Plasma Sword is a really good reward. Having said that, another Masterwork shield bell wouldn't go amiss, and that's a lot of uranium. So yes, we'll leave it there for now. If you enjoyed that, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Cheers.